Philips launched the world's first cinema proportion TV. From the beginning, we set out to make cinema. With a crew of over 100, a state-of-the-art motion control rig, 3 cranes, dozens of extras, a 3-day shoot, 5 weeks of post-production, a site that would be talked about, and a site that would get the product talked about.
We approached directors with the brief of one continuous tracking shot, and we kind of talked to them about something cinematic. So we had the ideas of car chases, bank robberies, heists gone wrong, or a kind of big Hollywood production. So Adam came back with his treatment, and we went from there.
Carousel wanted you to learn something new when you came out of it, so that something had happened actually in the film, and when you ended, you would end up smarter than you were in the beginning. I think we got away with it quite nicely when we landed on the cop in the beginning, who's actually the leader of the robbers, and he's maybe getting away with it, which sort of opens up the film and brings you in and maybe invites you to look at it one more time. I think the whole concept of it feels quite complicated, and it's not really. It's a very simple thing. I mean, people are standing still, and the camera is the only thing moving. We used people that actually had good body control, like stuntmen and dancers and people like that could actually hold weird positions and stand still for a long time. I mean, filmmaking is obviously a collaborative process, and you bring in a lot of experts that are experts in their field. I worked obviously very closely to Richard Lyons, the post supervisor, and Fredrik Becker, who's the DP.
This was quite a complex shoot. A bit like Adam says, you know, the actual idea looks very complicated, and it's quite a simple way of doing it, the way we've done it. The motion control allows you to repeat the camera move, and this is very useful when you're doing clean plates. So when we had a lot of actors that were hanging in wires, what it did was it allowed us to shoot another plate where there was no actors, and this gives you some source that you can use to remove the wires afterwards. And then we had a lot of 3D work, and a lot of that 3D work was not just things like the banknotes, but also the explosions. And it's hard enough to do an explosion, but to do an explosion that's actually frozen in time, that you're going very close to, or sometimes actually like in the upstairs corridor, we actually go through the explosion, is very complex. So since this was a web-based film, this allowed us to work with kind of sub-films within the main film, and these became hotspots. And one of those, of course, was the VFX Supervisor's hotspot, where we used a little bit of poetic license to create a software that showed off how specifications of the TV, such as the picture quality and the sharpness and the smooth motion, really came through.